Look at the time. Look at the time. The time is now 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is the time. So y'all know what time it is. I'm going to tell you to come on in the room. Hey, this is where I like to welcome everybody out to Plugged In with Robert Muhammad. And this is where I plug you in with the information that you need in order to make you the average Joe, the average Joette, uh, make you the average Joe, the average Joette, give you the information and the tools that you need for you to be successful. I can't stress this enough that anyone can do this business. Anyone can do it. You don't need a degree behind your name. You don't have to go to all these overly priced, super expensive colleges to do what we do. And it can change not just the condition, the current condition that you're in, but it also will change the lives of you all. And my next guest, my next guest is Mr. Miles O'Rourke from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, this brother and we've been friends through social media for the past 2, 3 years. And I don't even think it's a matter of who befriended who first, but I'm glad that it happened because I've been watching this guy, this young man. I don't even know how old you are, Miles. How old are you?
40 years old.
Okay, I only got him by 8 years, but I've been watching this young man for the past 2, 3 years, and just to see and read the posts that he's putting up and the strides and the gains that he's doing in his business, and he's not just doing it for himself; he's actually teaching other people how to do the exact same thing. Now, I want you to imagine with me, ladies and gentlemen, having your own business. Now, imagine that business has several products or several services, and each is making $1,000 a month. That's a rational, feasible number. And all the while, you might still be working or you may be thinking about leaving your job. But if you had several of these, let's just make it a good number. Let's just say four of these, and you're making $1,000 on each product or each service. That's an extra 4 grand a month. Now, if you have seven of these and you're making an extra grand, that's 7 grand a month on top of your current employment. Now, simply put, if one of them at the end of the year, you can generate anywhere from $108,000 annually. Now, if that's not enough to get you to improve your current condition or improve your current situation, I don't know what else will move the needle. But my guest right now, Mr. Miles O'Rourke, I want you to introduce yourself, Miles, and I want you to tell the people actually uh, uh, how you got involved into your businesses that you're doing now. What how did you what some things. You don't have to give them the whole entire spiel. I want you to save some of that just in case you want to write a book about what you're doing, and then go into detail of the people that how you grew your network and how you're using social media and how you're using all of these different avenues to even further blow your business up. Ladies and gentlemen, Miles O'Rourke.
Well, first off, I want to just say thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
So my name's Miles O'Rourke. I'm from Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. I actually got into, start getting into my own business and becoming a business owner. I actually seen a friend of mine online. He was kind of preaching about it and, just preaching about people changing their lives and there's more out there. And he was a good brother. His name's Brahim Lark. And currently we do everything together now. We split everything down the middle with our businesses that we actually grow online. And the first thing that I actually seen was something that was called income shifting. And income shifting is a pretty awesome thing that anybody can do to give you a little extra, I would say, during the year
Huh.
to actually put an extra, maybe like $200 to $600 a month in your pocket, and all it is just adjusting your W-4. And instead of waiting for that lump sum of money at the end of the year that everybody does, why not get that money up front, right? So now you can pay off those credit cards faster. You can pay that car
Really?
note off fast. You see what I'm saying?
No, I've never heard of that.
Oh
So,
yeah,
and this is called income shifting.
it's called income shifting. Yep.
And you mean to tell me that you can actually get your income tax during or part of your income tax return during the year, as opposed to waiting to get that one lump sum at the first of next year?
Yeah, and you know what? It's not even, see, first off, your income tax is your money. That's your money, right? So you're not necessarily getting your tax money up front. What you're doing is you're just correctly adjusting your W-4. Suppose you putting a 0 or a 1. You fill the form out correctly. And what that does is your taxes, you have less taxes withheld during the year. So like I did that, I seen an extra $450 a month. So that gave me extra funds to actually do my business. You know, and there's different programs that, you know, want to sell that to you like as a monthly fee, and that's cool. But you can go look up on YouTube and learn how to do it yourself for free. Like, you know,
so why haven't now honestly, this is my first time actually hearing about this.
Yeah.
So why is that not actually put out there for the people to take advantage of now? I mean, you touched on a little bit that some people already know about this and they're charging.
Yeah, so yeah, so you know what it is, man. The reason why that's not putting out there, that's not being put out there, because at the end of the day, your tax money's getting taxed before you even get it. So why would Uncle Sam tell you when he making money? He's leaving that for you to do the due diligence, and unfortunately, they don't teach us that in our school system, and which they need to, but unfortunately, they don't.
Right. Well, yeah, I remember now when I was back in my day when I was coming up through school, we actually had consumer math. And consumer math taught you all of that, you know, how to write checks and how to balance the checkbook and how to fill out your W-2s and your W-4s correctly. Now, my 16-year-old is in school now. They don't even have consumer math anymore. Because I guess it's just the time that we live in, and everybody's just swiping away and don't even have to worry about a checkbook or balancing a checkbook anymore. But I know it's definitely not taught. I haven't heard my teenagers say anything about that going on right now. But what are some other things that well, I'll just let you keep going with your story.
Yeah, so okay, that's cool. So yeah, so basically I've been in network marketing now since 2008, November 2018. That's when I got involved with starting my entire, you know, my online business and everything. And man, it's been amazing. It's honestly been amazing. Had a couple, let's see, my first business, I didn't do too great in that. It was a financial company, and I wasn't in love with it. And this is what, you know, one thing I'll say to anybody is, listen, if you're going to do a business, make sure that you're in love with it. Make sure it's something that you want to tell the world about. That is the most important thing for you to become successful, is that you want to be you want to be passionate about what you're doing. Your passion can take you so far. Right. So, you know, and so my first company, I remember, you know, I actually was making you know, when I started out, I think maybe about 3 months, I want to say about February, March of 2019, I was making an extra $720 a month. And I was making a passive income. So I was getting that every month, no matter what I did. And for me, I was like, wow, you know, that opened up a doorway for me to not work overtime at my 9-to-5 job any longer and spend time with my family. And that's what I did. You know, like I took that time and really, you know, just stopped going to work and spent more time home. And also it gave me some extra time to focus on my building, you know, my business as well. And that company, I'm still with that company till today. That company has evolved so far, and it's dope, man. And I was actually talking to you before I got on here, but anybody that's out there that is a business owner, or let's say you got a team, I mean, this platform, right, what it does is they actually create your website for you. They do your email campaign for you, right? They create marketing posts for you. And even if you have a team, let's just say this, your team will get a system that they can't get anywhere else for a low cost. Let's just say that, a low cost. Yeah, really low. It's dope.
You know, the one thing that was phenomenal about that, and what you
Mhm.
said was the one thing that sparked you to do this was to have more time with the family and stop working as much overtime.
Yep.
How important is that for the person or for any individual to first have something, that initial mark to shoot for?
I mean, man, that it is everything, man. You know, like me, my hours at my job, just to give you an idea of somebody that will be, in my position, my hours at my job was 3:30 to 11:30. So I woke up in the morning, I would take my kids to school, and I wouldn't see my when the next time I see my kids, they be sleep.
In the business.
I'll see them wake up in the morning, everybody tired, they go to so I never even seen my family, so yeah, I just was constantly looking for something to get me out of that situation. And what's funny? 4 years in, your net worth is your net worth. Okay, like that is the most truest thing. Like every year that I've been in this, I've been able to, I mean, I had a one company that dealt with like forex, right? Like forex education,
Okay.
blew that up, did good. Every time that I went and grew a new business online, my businesses would get bigger and bigger. This one would be this big, then
Right.
this one would be this big, then the next one would, and they kept getting bigger and they kept getting bigger for one reason,
Right.
because I kept growing my
Yeah.
network. I kept meeting like me and you may go in business in the future,
Right.
right? Because you know why? This is our first time truly sitting down and talking, and
Right.
I'm on here growing my network with you, just like you're growing yours with me, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And another thing that you said in there was you kept the patience and the due diligence to keep growing it and keep growing it. Just touch a little bit on how important that was to not get frustrated with the that first initial cap. And every business, just like you know as well as I did do,
Yeah.
when you start that business, then you hit that first ceiling.
Hmm.
And a lot of business owners, even the SBA says that 70% of new business owners quit, they fail in the first year or two
Yeah.
because they hit that first cap and then it's nothing. What kept driving you to keep networking and keep growing it? What were you seeing, or that X factor?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. One thing that truly helped me, right? One
Right.
thing that really helped me, okay, and I want to show y'all this. So I'm moving my stuff around on the screen, right?
Okay.
And I sometimes in life you just got to give credit where credit's due, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna take my camera around and I'm gonna just ask you. Y'all see this brother right here?
Right.
See this
Yeah.
brother?
Uh
This is
huh.
my brother Brahim Lark. This is my business partner. I do
Yeah,
everything
shout
we
out to Raheem.
Yep, yep. That's my man right there. So he was the one who inspired me online, and was cool because anytime people can like drive you crazy.
Right.
People can
Right.
sometimes get under your skin and stuff. But anytime I was down or he might have been down, brother,
Right.
we uplifted each other. But also, I never made decisions off of anger. So like if I was angry, I'm not calling anybody up, talking to anybody, because you can
Right.
burn your bridges
Right.
when you do that type of stuff. So that was one thing. And also, man, just staying around positive aura. I believe every person has
Ooh.
a bubble around them, right? So if you
Right.
if you're around somebody all the time and they're negative and they're mad all the time, guess what? You're going to be negative and you're going to be mad all the time. So you
Right.
have to surround yourself with positive individuals. And when you get hit with that positivity, right? Even if you're around 9 smokers, you're going to be the 10th one. If you're around 9 people that are getting money, and that's what they guess what? You're going to start getting money.
Right.
So all that stuff is real, man. That's real. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And that's one thing that I learned from when I first started doing business 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, when I got serious doing business, because
Yeah.
I've had a business ever since 1995. But
Man.
I was
Bad
that
boy.
guy. I was that guy that was just happy and content with extra money.
Hmm.
When all the while I didn't have that information or the know-how to make phenomenal money.
Yeah.
And it was simply when I first met my advisor, shout out to Kev. Um, I was just fortunate enough to be in the right place with one of the original sharks from Shark Tank. And he was thumbing through my photos and looking at my work. And it's like what you said, when you're around positive people, He dropped so many jewels that I now coined to be golden nuggets of information.
Yep.
And I was flying back and forth to Florida, man, 3, 4 times. Well, I was flying more than that, 4 times a year, but I'm flying out every 3 months. And he's just steady dropping jewels. And I would go back home so amped. And he was the first one that said, he said, they called me Cowboy. He said, Cowboy, he said, how's business going? I said, man, I can't keep up. And then, just being around that positivity, he was telling me what to read, who to listen to. And it just kept me juiced and amped. And then he dropped the first jewel that I ever heard in my life. He said, you know what I need you to do now? He said, I need you to write a book. And I was like, you got to be crazy, man. But he didn't take excuses from me. And he held me accountable. Because the one thing that he did say was, and I don't want to take away from the interview itself, but just to let the people know how important that was from what you said, you have to surround yourself around people who are getting it themselves. But go ahead. Well, one thing I want to touch on too, because in the pre-interview we was talking a little bit about this new thing that you're doing now about how to get people. Well, hold up. I want to say that because that's a good piece of steak right there. They got a lot of flavor in it.
Mm.
But how important was your transition into implementing social media and doing your businesses online? How important or how much did that help you even grow your business further from just doing the old traditional grassroots, meeting people at the coffee shop or Starbucks or the mall or stuff like that? How did social media affect your growth?
97% of
Ooh,
every business that I've grown online is from online, and it is not from people I know. It's not from family. It's not from friends.
yeah,
I believe in you need tools, right? You need tools online. There's certain tools that do different things. I mean, there's a tool, when we were talking, you were actually saying earlier, you were
right,
like, Miles, how did we actually meet? Did you friend request me? And
right,
when you're doing your thing online, listen, man, you'll see like 9 friend requests come in a day. It's
right,
just like it's just how it is, right? And you got to sift through them. You got the Bitcoin miners sending you
right,
stuff. I mean, all types of stuff,
right,
man. I'm getting these car warranty calls on the phone all the time. I'm like, oh man, they drive
right,
me crazy, right? Lord
right,
have mercy, right? So, but with that being said, one of my tools, I had asked you if you had used ClickFunnels before,
right.
right? And you
Hmm.
said yeah. So one of my tools, I like I said, I got a system that's better than ClickFunnels, and it's
Yeah,
way
we definitely
cheaper.
gonna rap about that because I'm
Yeah,
spending a lot of money with ClickFunnels right now.
listen, they do everything for you, bro. It's man, I can't even explain. It's just something that you got to see. But
Right,
basically, they set you up with an entire team. A matter of fact, anybody that I link up with, I get them on a meeting with the CEO of the company, right? So
right,
anybody that did, yeah, because I'm personal friends with the president of marketing, right?
okay,
So, but anyway, with that being said, um, I got a tool, and what I did was because that was the company I was growing. I
right,
went over and seen the ClickFunnels ad because ClickFunnels was already established, man.
right,
And I ran my tool and my tool would just friend request 300 people on a ClickFunnels ad if I want. And what I was doing is basically I was laser targeting my audience, right? Because
right.
I have a tool that's just like it, that's cheaper, better, and so then I was able to grow my organization by laser targeting. That was like the first kick of my first business and I'm still with that company. I love that company. I've been with them for 4 years,
Right.
and it just changed the game for
So,
me,
so,
man.
so, so you're not running Facebook ads or Instagram ads
I,
or
I I've ran Facebook ads, right? I've ran Facebook ads, and that's cool. But I don't see. I laser target my audience directly on social media. I don't gotta pay no paid ads or any of that.
get
I
out
just
of here.
yeah, I don't gotta do that.
Look, and I had a whole segment in the first season, last season, man, to where I
Yeah,
was just, I think I blew up Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg more than anybody because I was really pushing and I was teaching people how to go into the backdoor algorithms of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all of this kind of stuff here so they
yeah,
can run their ads. Now, unfortunately, at the same time, and it's funny because I'm spending money on ClickFunnels as well as spending money on running ads on all of these social media platforms. And what you're telling me now is I can cut out at least 60% of that and just run your tool?
Hey man, it just works, bro. That's exactly what I'm telling you. And it's funny, man. Listen, if you're going to run ads anywhere, you're going to want to run ads on YouTube. YouTube is a place where you can. I got a friend of mine, man. He spends $200 a day on running ads on YouTube. So he's spending $6,000 a month on running ads on YouTube, and it works. It works, but in order for you to really get that traffic coming through, I mean,
Right.
you're going to have to at least spend about $3,000 a month if you want to do paid ad. If you want to do it right, you know what I'm saying. So, but you don't. But again, you don't got to do that. You know, you don't got to do that. You know, it's your network is your net worth. That's all I can. You know, it's the truth, man.
So you're not even buying subscribers on YouTube and all of this stuff there, because there are apps and sites out there to where you can literally buy your subscribers. I mean, you can hit that 1,000 subscriber mark in 30 minutes.
Yeah, and you know what? I got one of those tools, but to me, man, I just want to do I want to do all that organically. I want to see. I just want to see what works and what doesn't work as far as YouTube, right? Because we just launched our YouTube channel. So we're the Online Tipsters on YouTube. Y'all can check us out, the Online Tipsters, and you know, we just launched our channel probably about 3 months ago, but we got about like 300 something subscribers. So, you know, it's small, but we had a lot of our success right on Facebook, and just growing our network, man. Just meeting other leaders that you know dug us, and you know meeting people through different business ventures, and man, you know.
Now, when you crossed over to start doing your seminars and your exposés and things like that, talking to other people into these different formats, that all spawned off of the same system, just putting yourself out there. And now you're talking to people one on one in a seminar type setting. You're actually putting on your own seminars, right?
Yeah, pretty much, man. We had an event that me and Brahim we actually spoke at about 3 weeks ago for the original, you know, for our system that we use, you know, in front of a crowd of, you know, other people that are using the system and stuff like that. So that kind of gave us a platform and kind of helped us take off, you know, by and again, man, like we did most of it organically. I've ran Facebook ads. A lot of problems with the Facebook ads sometimes is, you know, being able to really get your targeted audience. That's the big issue. I mean, you get people that, you know, you might have something, maybe it's $50, or, you know, they like, oh, I don't got $50. I'm like, oh, you know, and then so that was a big issue with that. But again, man, the tool just does what the tool does, brother. Like, you know,
right.
It just does what it does.
I am definitely intrigued because, and this is something people, all the ladies and gentlemen that's out there watching it or listening to it, you never stop learning. Now, here it is. I'm 48. This brother here is 40. And he's dropping some jewels on me that I didn't even know. I mean, we knew some things together with the click funnels and running the ads and stuff like that, but now he's taking it on to something else to where you can eliminate that. So not only are you saving the money, but never get so haughty on yourself. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say is never get so haughty to think that you know everything. Because when you hit that point that would think you know everything, then you stop learning and life is over for you at that point. But now, but the interesting story, what I love about this interviewing, this is the first time, ladies and gentlemen, that this brother and I have spoken in person like this, not technically in person, but a one-on-one setting like this. But I followed his pages over the years, like I said. But what's interesting, what you said was, you started with one business online, it grew to another business online, and another one, and they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But what I think the people missed was you switched the game, and now you're actually teaching in a seminar setting. Now, did you see that coming, or was that a part of your plan when you was just doing online?
Man, you know what? It kind of just happened over time. You know, when we start seeing our success, and I always say me because again, my brother Brahim, that's my right hand man, right? So I just say we. But with that being said, man, you know, we just start having our success online, and you know, people were asking questions, and people wanted to change their lives. So, it actually felt good to kind of educate others on what we were doing, so then they could see success. So that was the that was it for me. It wasn't something that was planned. It kind of just happened, man. It kind of happened, just meeting the right people, learning. We got an amazing mentor. Shout out to Cheryl Coco.
Okay.
So yeah.
But
Yep.
so, and that's what's so funny when you're on this journey, and you start to recondition your thinking. Um, things, God has already blessed us with everything out there. He just didn't throw a whole bunch of blessings out in the universe, and you got to hold your hand up and snatch one down. Because what's for you is for you. Because you operate and move completely different from I do, and I move completely different from you do. But the point is, when you are on the right path, the blessings are already on the path waiting for you. I heard a minister say one time, he said, prepare yourselves for positions waiting on you. And if you believe in your life has been pre-written, because God knows everything, and I don't want to get religious-y about it, but your path was already written. It's just waiting for you to line up with it. And then not just you, but anybody out there, when they start to, when you're sick and tired of being sick and
Yeah.
tired. And then all God wants you to do is start. And when you have this success, that success, and then this success, and then now you're doing things that wasn't even in your plan through our finite thinking, now you're speaking in front of other people. Are you now having people request for you to come in and speak to their groups or their organizations or their clubs or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that actually absolutely happens with some business partners, with somebody else that they may you know, get into business, whether that's an affiliate opportunity, MLM. One thing I will say is comfortability is the biggest killer of success, right? If you're comfortable sitting in front of your TV, watching TV, you're going out partying, drinking, smoking, whatever, and you don't really dial in and work on perfecting your craft and work on being a better you every day, and you're just staying comfortable in what you're doing, you'll never hit those levels. You'll never get to really where you want to get, because you're just sitting still and you're not doing anything to get to that next level.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Now I want to get to this juicy steak.
All right.
Gentlemen, this is the Wagyu right here. I'm telling you, because what he's about to drop on y'all right now, it's just that priceless. This is the best of the best. So, because we were talking this in the pre-interview, and he was talking about this device
Mm-hmm.
that people can get paid on. It's
Yep.
gluten friendly.
Yep.
So, for those of you out there who are into the greener lifestyle now, this is a product that you definitely should listen to. Just touch. Give them don't want to give them everything, but I
Yeah.
want them to give you enough to wet the whistle to make them contact you and
Okay.
actually say, "What is this really about?"
All right. So what this is about is, guys, okay, it's just simple. There's a device, okay? So we've all heard of Bitcoin. If y'all haven't heard of Bitcoin, you've been under a rock. Lift the rock up, get from under it, start watching some TV. All right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, one of the Bitcoin was created, I want to say 2009, 2008, but Bitcoin is a mineable cryptocurrency, right? And with that being said, I don't know if anybody knows this, but there was a shortage on GPUs, graphic processor units for computers, video cards, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
You can't even go get a GTX 3080, 39. You can't get none of that right now. They are sold out. Yeah, absolutely. Go check it out. Go to microcenter.com. Go. Listen.
Bro, you gonna make me get my pen and paper out now.
So there's been a shortage on these devices, okay, since the end of 2017, the beginning of 2018, basically when Bitcoin went up, hit $20,000 and came back down. So I personally been in the crypto since the the fourth quarter of 2017 myself, right?
Okay.
Right. So anyway, with that being said, the problem with that, and the big thing with cryptocurrency, is that a lot of people are going from a proof of work to proof of stake. And what that means is these devices do mathematical equation, and people are able to earn Bitcoin from these devices, right? And Bitcoin has value because these devices are actually doing work. So anything that does work can have value. That's why Bitcoin has value, just so y'all know. All right. So with that being said, but the problem is that these devices, I mean, people have 100 of these things in their basement. It's taking up all this energy, and a lot of governments and stuff are like, oh, we don't want you mining no more. So the whole thing with China about Bitcoin and stuff like that, right? So there's a company, okay, and it's called Helium, okay, and Helium.
Yes, right.
Yes. So Helium has been around since 2012, and they created a cryptocurrency last year. They put a cryptocurrency on the market in 2020, okay, the beginning of 2020. Now, the same company, Helium, two of the co-founders are the same guys that created Napster. I don't know if you remember Napster, but you'd be able to rip music.
Napster?
Yeah, remember Napster?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's getting deep. So here it goes. So they created a cryptocurrency called Helium. And basically there's a thing called the Internet of Things. Okay. The IoT. The IoT is basically like a new internet, but that is being used for smart devices.
Right.
So Helium is powering the Internet of Things. In order for them to power the Internet of Things, they need devices. Okay. So they could have went two routes. They could have went putting a big cell tower up that costs, millions of dollars, right? These big cell towers that you get, you see out there, or they could do what they did. They are the people's network. So what they did was, instead of putting these big towers up, they created these little devices that are the size of a pencil sharpener that take 5 watts of energy. Okay, so these devices take less energy than a light bulb. Some LED light bulbs beat that though, but most of them, 5 watts, that's a little bit of energy.
A regular clandestine light bulb is like at least 25.
Exactly. So basically, you plug this thing in, man, and you put it on your windowsill, and it comes with an antenna. And since you're spreading the network for them, they reward you in Helium tokens, which is a cryptocurrency. Okay. And so for instance, there's a unit right behind my father's house. Okay. Last month it generated $1,800. This past month, I think it did about $1,100. Right. It's wild. There's one unit. Okay. And mind you, these devices cost $500, but before the end of this, I'm going to tell you how to get it for free. Bam, right?
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, it's a true story, man. True story. Y'all look me up on Facebook.
And that's the last jewel you're going to drop. How to get this $500 device for free that's going to, in turn, make me some money through the crypto world.
Yep, absolutely. So that's it. So so check it out real quick, because I don't even want to get into it for free. I want to explain how hard it is to get one for $500. These things are harder to get than an Xbox, the new Xbox, new PlayStation. You know how people have it? These things are harder to get from them. So if you went to go buy one of these things from the manufacturer, you won't even receive one until like next year. I know, because I ordered one myself from a manufacturer, and I'm order number 1.1 million or something, and they're only on like order number 100,000, maybe something like that. But it takes forever to get your hands on one of these things. Now, with that being said, okay, if you go on eBay, you look these things up. They're called rack helium miners. You look them up. Okay, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. There's even people that got them listed for like $8,000. Ain't nobody paying $8,000 for them. I mean, I wouldn't. But
that's how high the demand is for these things?
Yes, bro. It's crazy. So with that being said, because you got to think about it, it's basically like not to say this, I'm not a financial advisor, but it's basically like having a digital money printer. I mean, kind of. And this is why, because these units, like, listen, if you were to get 6 of these units, okay, and you had them, and they have to be 350 meters apart from each other. So this is, and this is goes into why you get them for free. Because if I put one here, my neighbor can't have one because they're within 300 meters of me. Okay,
Wow.
so this is spreading the network. This isn't about, oh, Miles, put 10 of them here and you're going to make thousands of that. Doesn't work that way. It's about spreading the network. So what they, so a company that I'm going through, right?
Right.
What they do, okay, is they give you the unit for free, and they give you a percentage of what that unit is generating. Okay, so now they're giving you a unit. Your unit's generating $2,000. They give you $900 a month in helium tokens. You got it for free, and it takes 5 watts of energy. Now it's even better, because what they did was they released the software this past Saturday. Okay, right. And this software is allowing me to target every single location perfectly in the neighborhood where I grew up at.
350 meters.
Yep, Ambler, Pennsylvania. Wow. Just gonna tell you, Montgomery County. So, but I grew up there. I know a ton of people there. So now I already have mapped out 8 locations where I'm going to set these things. And this is the crazy thing. When, like, I don't know if you ever heard of Conshohocken, Pennsylvania. I've never heard of Conshohocken. Okay. So Conshohocken, Pennsylvania has about 12 of these devices. My brother, every device is doing between $600 to about $2,300 a month. Okay.
Right.
These devices. So what I'm saying is, when I put 8 of them in one location, every device is generating $700 a month.
Right.
You know, $1,500 a month. Listen, I'm at 5 figures already, and I'm getting these devices for free through this company. This is why the company that I'm partnered with, they spent $30 million and bought 130,000 units. So everybody that can't buy them, they bought them in bulk. They're going to give them out to their affiliates, and we're getting ready to take over the market. And this is like owning digital real estate. What do I mean by that? Again, I have a device at my home. My neighbor can't have it. So guess what? By me locking down my spot, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid a passive income off of 5
and the $900 in the helium tokens is the equivalent of what in U.S. currency?
$900. Yeah,
really,
yeah, brother. I swear to God, man, it's a true story. I don't know if y'all ever know on CoinMarketCap.com, but go on CoinMarketCap.com. You can even go to CoinMarketCap.com. You can go to Helium, which is going to be ranked between 60 and 70 currently, about $10 a token. Okay, go down, click on that, and you're going to see something that says Explorer. Click on Explorer. Then you click on the map. Once you click on the map, click on any of the green dots there, and just go start looking around at how much people are earning. Now, mind you, if you have one device and you're in the middle of the desert, you might make $30, $40 a month. You ain't gonna make a killing. You're not gonna make a killing, because this isn't about you just getting something and making money. This is about you partaking in spreading the Helium network, which is going to power the Internet of Things.
So they have found a way to grow their network by giving these devices out to people and then paying a residual income or a piece of that profit back to the customer for just housing this product on mining the helium token.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you this, there is an affiliate side that is the craziest thing that I have ever seen online. I've done multiple businesses. I've had, I think we've had in the past 2 months, we've had 1,100, almost 1,200 people join our organization in this. I haven't promoted it too heavy. I've ran no paid traffic. But when you see this and you see what this does, you're going to want to go get everybody involved, and just think about how sweet that. Again, it's zero cost to be an affiliate. If a lot of these online programs, you got to pay monthly, right? $100 a month, $50 a month, whatever.
Right.
It's $0 to be an affiliate, and it's $0 to get a unit. And all you got to do is go find people that you know, and you place these units in strategic areas. And the software that they released on Saturday that we have access to,
it'll tell you where to put it.
Brother, this thing is the coolest thing I've ever seen online. Like, but I gotta say, I love my marketing system too. So
Right, right.
it's give and
Okay.
take, you know. So
So
yeah,
have you had an opportunity to tie the two in together yet?
absolutely. So yeah, so I actually, so the cool thing about the marketing system is we have a team of professionals. Basically, they build our funnel, they build our email campaign.
Right.
You know, we got a team section with this marketing system as well. So people that join, you know, that, you know, if they want to get the marketing system, they get the marketing system, and we got a whole team section where we got all the content in it. I mean, you could put videos, PDFs in these team
What?
sections. Yeah, oh yeah, brother. Listen, it's a CRM included with it. It's all one thing. A CRM's included. We
Right.
even just released something that's called Insight with our marketing system. So now, let's say, you know, you got somebody's email. We can
Uh-huh.
take your email, right, and your phone number. Man, we can find out what foods you like. It all comes included with a marketing system that has a marketing team that's going to do your marketing for you. Don't even cost $50 a month. Just to be very clear on, like, it's a very, it's so
Wow.
cost of it's yeah, it's insane, bro.
Man, and
It's
brother,
dope.
if you knew how much I was spending on ClickFunnels right now,
I already know.
I mean,
All right, $300 a month,
what I'm
maybe. I'm
supposed
just
to do, but
yeah,
I would like to keep some of that money,
yeah,
especially if I don't have to,
yeah,
you know. But
yeah.
man, I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard it here, and I can talk to Miles for hours. Trust me, you guys have seen some of my season one videos or my season one podcast, to where, but when the knowledge is flowing, and but I know your time is expensive too, because you have several projects that's going on. And first of all, I want to thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this, ladies and gentlemen. You really don't understand to have someone who knows his stuff, someone who's successful at what he's doing, and then he's taking the time to share that. You don't come across these kind of opportunities too often, to where somebody will come in and drop jewels, and not just jewels, but he's dropping nuggets, gold nuggets of information. And so at this time, Miles, look, I want you to definitely plug them in, how the people in the audience or the listeners that's out there can get in touch with you if they want to get more information about what you're doing, or even if, because I'm definitely interested in this helium coin. I've been rocking cryptocurrency myself for about the past 5 years, and it's like crypto does.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
volatile, and I seem to pick all the ones that's exploding. but uh, but this right here sounds just like a no brainer for me.
Man,
I mean,
it's too good to be true. Too good to be
because,
true,
I
brother.
mean, listen at it, ladies and gentlemen.
But
When
it's
you
true.
total up $900 a month, $900 a month don't sound like a lot. I make more than that on my job, but
Man,
when it's free, you cannot be mad at free money.
at
That's like
all.
that's almost like somebody giving you the keys to a Lambo, and you saying, "I don't want that," and he's giving it to you for free. So how can they get in touch with you, and get more access to this teaching that you're doing, to where they can grow and build their income as well?
So you can get in contact with me on Facebook, Miles of Work, the same name you see on the screen. You can also check me out on the Online Tipsters. That's our YouTube channel. We do a lot of tutorials. We even got the links to get started, with our ventures in those tutorials as well, if you want to go ahead and click on them and see what we got going on. And that's pretty much it, man. Listen, I'm on Instagram too. I don't do a lot of business. I'm gonna tell y'all something too, real quick.
Uh-huh.
Facebook Lives, they are one of the most uncomfortable things you can ever do, but people are watching. Always remember that. Even when you
Right.
only got 5 people watching, people are watching you, even when you don't even realize it.
I know, right? And that's one thing that I spoke about some time ago, is about how important that Facebook Live is. And if you guys really don't believe that Facebook Lives can generate you some money, check out the paparazzi crew. You guys remember in the first season where we had the fashionista, sister, that was crushing the game, and all she wanted to do was just make some extra money to offset a few bills, and then in 6 months, she was walking away from her job. Now imagine what you can do with $23,000 a month. Ah, Facebook Live, and they go on now. When she was just doing it one time a week, I think she goes on live every day now. And that's
Hey,
still a boxing
can I
jury.
can I show you something real quick? Can I show you
Yeah,
something?
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna turn my camera around and show y'all
Okay.
something real fast. All right. So check this out. You see, right? I don't know if y'all can see this. Let me see if my camera can catch it. Bam. That's helium.
Okay. Right.
$10.07, right? So
Right.
now I'm going to pull this map over right here. I'm going to show y'all this. This map right here, this is 1 unit. So the way this works is you get all these little dots. Each one of these dots represent a active helium hotspot. So I want you to check this out. That's Rough Chili Bird, okay? This is in
Right.
Arkansas. So when I go to view their details, what I want y'all to look at, right? And let me put my let me blow this up full screen, okay? Is I want you to look at how much helium tokens. Let me zoom in. Bam. Can y'all see that number?
Right. 651.
Okay, 651. So what I want you to do is what's 651 times, right? That's 651 tokens times $10. What is that?
That's 6,500.
There you go, my brother. So that's just 1 unit that takes 5 watts of energy. That is changing the crypto game. I just had to show you that.
Your power bill is not even getting a flicker on the energy
Nothing.
that's being used.
Nope.
Basically, it's the equivalent of having the refrigerator door open. That's all the light power that you're using.
Yep. I mean, it's
that unit is generating 65 hondos.
And they are sending these units out to people for free. And they have a tool where you can match and like you can't have 2 units right on top of each other.
Right.
If somebody already has one and you're next door, send me a unit. Now we're not sending you one because it's not in a profitable location. So what I'm doing with this right here is I'm mapping out my old area. I already got people that's ready to go. And we're going to plot down 8 right off the bat. Bam. That's going to be somewhere between, $5,000 to $8,000 a month between the people that, that I get involved. And I get a percentage off of that as well.
The company. Let me clarify this math to you guys who can't equate 350 meters. All right. It's 3 feet in every meter, roughly. So you just multiply 350 times 3. That tells you how many feet. So your neighbor, if he doesn't live within 1,000, a little over 1,000 feet from you, nobody on your block can have one. So just keep that in mind. The average city block, is only a quarter of a mile. So nobody on your block can have one. So that gives you a rough estimate idea of how close that next unit can be or be away from you. At least 1,050 feet.
So check this out. Hey, not to jump in, but I'm gonna just show you something. So what's really dope about this is an antenna. So this is one of my antennas, right? I bought 2 of these. This is a 5.8 dBi antenna. So what this allows me to do is upgrade the default antenna that comes with the device. I'm actually going to put that on my roof, and it's going to shoot out, connect with even more devices, and guess what? It's going to generate your brother some more helium tokens. So it's going to take it'll take me from making maybe $200-$300 a month, $1,500, $1,600.
Okay. So for those who
$50 antenna
with cryptocurrency, each token is valued at $10.07 per token. He just showed you that live. So if you have 900 of those tokens, y'all come on now, simple math, people. I mean, a lot of you out there who listening in or who watching the broadcast, hey, use street math now. 900 times 10, that's 9 hundos.
Hey, and
9,000 hundos.
$20, brother. Guess what? On May 27th, it was $20 a token. So crypto goes up and down. And one beautiful thing to just mention as well is December 27th. Guess what? One coin was $1. We all know what happens to crypto. Crypto has a tendency every 4 years when that Bitcoin halving happens, when the next one's 2024, man, guess what's going to happen to a lot of good projects? The value is just going to go up. So, it's just, this is a money train. I ain't never seen nothing like it, brother. I'll be honest with you. It's exciting.
This that you're also teaching and putting the instructions out there on how people can do this. So you
Yep.
guys heard it right here on Plugged In. This is why I love this show, and I think it's the greatest show around because I plug you in with the people, just like Miles. I plug you in with this brother here who is going to teach you and explain to you how you can go out here and get this money. And he's using, just like we always say, he's using social media platforms to build his network and build his net worth. So just like he can do it, you guys already know. Tell him how many degrees you have, Miles.
Hey man, so most people don't know. I actually I got one. I got an associate's degree. I do, but I did not go into business for that. But I got an associate's degree.
Okay.
But I don't do that. I mean,
Okay. So
I'm
you
in
don't have
maintenance.
to
I
take
do
BE.
hand. Yeah, man. I listen. I don't. Yo, there's so much more money to make online than there is in a 9 to 5 job. It ain't even funny. It
Bingo.
is not.
That's
It
what I
is
was.
not even funny.
Yes,
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. This helium thing right now, right? I got a gentleman, right? I got a gentleman. One, my man Kawan. All right.
shout out to
Um,
Juan.
Shout out to Kawan. That brother's in position already with these helium hotspots. Believe it or not, they ain't even been in 2 months. The 20th will be tomorrow. Will be 2 months for me. I got him involved 2 days after me, so it hasn't even been. He's already positioned to make over $20,000 with these helium hotspots.
Wow.
$20,000 within 2 months. I'm just saying,
He's
it's
two
like that.
months in and already at 20K.
20K,
And we still got August, September, October, November, and December. We still got 5 months left.
brother. Just
And he's
20K,
going
man.
nothing but up.
Yep. I'm actually, I'm be honest, I'm lowballing it. So, but 20K.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
guys heard it right here on Plugged In. Hey, you guys, thank you, Miles, again, brother. Man, thank you for coming and dropping these jewels on us, and thank you for sharing your time with us. I'm gonna let you get back to making that money because I know
Appreciate
time
you.
is money. But hey, man,
It
come
is.
back anytime. Actually, would it be okay if we do a 6 month follow up with you and see what's going, popping, and twerking there?
Absolutely, brother. Sounds good. Be my pleasure.
Hey,
And I appreciate you for having me.
yes, sir. All right, you guys, Miles O'Rourke, you can get in touch with him. I will have all of his information in the description below. And if you guys are tuning in via the podcast, whether you're on Apple Pod, Spotify, oh man, I'm on everywhere. I think Breaker and it's about 6 different platforms that we own. But you guys will always know that the information will be listed down there. And I encourage you, hit this brother up. I don't vouch for a lot of people, but this is somebody that I've been watching for the past 2 years, and he's gone nothing but up.
Appreciate
Trust me,
it, brother.
nothing but up. And check out his Facebook page. You guys, y'all know how y'all go and dig in people's background and all that stuff. Go down there and just scroll down through there and just watch all of the posts and watch all the receipts that he posted. I mean, that's not a joke. That is real time. Appreciate you, Miles, man.
Appreciate you,
Thank
brother.
you for coming in. Hey, right. Two things. And
Hmm.
we always end the show this way here.
Okay.
One, I want you to give the people um, the best advice, and you can do it in any order that you want to. The best advice that you can give someone out there who is sitting on the fence, and the best advice you can give them to jump off the fence and actually get down into the mud and do this work. And then two, share with them um, the most, the one thing that you have received that for you, that was the best either mentorship advice or the best quote that you've ever heard.
Okay. So for advice, I would say to you to not, um, don't let the thoughts of others stop your success. I think that's the biggest downfall for people. You're worrying about what your cousin, your friend,
Mm,
your family members. You're worrying about what they're thinking about what you're doing. You can't worry about that because that's going to be the main thing that that really blocks your success. Okay, and expect
wow.
no's. Expect for people to say no. Okay, the more
Family.
no's I get, the closer I get to my yes. Right.
Wow. Wait a
Yeah.
minute, but my wife, she telling me that I need to get off this computer and I need to go put some overtime in because that's time and a half.
Hey man, don't you listen. Your wife going to be happy. You start bringing that money, and your wife going to be like, "Boy, I'm glad not you ain't listen to me." That's what she going to say once you start bringing that bread in. There we go. Just trust me,
Right.
Linda happy, Linda happy.
Okay.
And yep. And the best quote. The
That had an
best.
impact on you.
Can I cheat?
Yeah, sure.
I got some of my favorite quotes. Like actually, okay. I'm gonna cheat real quick. Thank
Okay.
thank goodness for Google Sheets. But let me get a cheat on Google
Right.
Sheets real quick. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let me find one of my favorite quotes, and it's so funny, but I actually I keep these things saved. So let's go ahead and look at a good quote. Let's check this out. Let's see if it takes me here. All right. Give me a minute here. Give me a minute. I'm gonna go through a couple. Yeah, I want to hit y'all. I want to hit y'all with a good one. I want to hit y'all with a
Okay.
good one.
You guys already know that my favorite quote is by the most unsuspected person. And I normally don't drop his name too much because I haven't had the opportunity to meet him, but I did hijack Clifford Harris. Some of you know Clifford Harris, aka T.I., aka T.I.P., from right in Atlanta, Georgia. Zone 4, baby. And Clifford
Are you
said,
talking
huh?
you talking about Ti?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah,
Hey,
that's one of my
hey,
favorite rappers, brother.
T.I., man,
Listen,
dropped some jewels on his podcast. T.I. said, when you imagine wealth, put yourself in the picture. Ooh, that thing was deep when he said that. When you imagine wealth, don't put Bill Gates in there, Warren Buffett. He said, put yourself in the picture. And when you look at that, it's so profoundly, man, a lot of us don't do that because we don't think that we can hit those levels. But when you start
I
imagining yourself in there, things will start happening for you. Appreciate
absolutely.
that, T.I.
So, so I got something. This is a post that I wrote,
Okay.
and I'm gonna just go off my first paragraph because I love this. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
but here it goes. Make up your mind that no matter what comes your way, no matter how difficult, no matter how unfair, you will do more than simply survive. You will thrive.
Mm.
That's it.
So when is the book coming out?
It's funny, man. Me and Brahim actually had like a little novel we did about a year and a half ago that we had put out.
Right.
Um, wasn't a full book. It was just a little something.
Okay.
Um, but I'm thinking probably about 2023. I'm gonna say two more years, two more
Okay.
years.
So that means
Um,
it's gonna be some deep stuff in there.
yeah, it's going to be a lot, man. I came from my older brother's in a wheelchair. Shot in his back. Tons of. I mean, man, I came through some tough
Or
times. Like a lot of people have, but yeah, a lot of people had it way worse than us. I mean, you go look at other countries. I mean, what's
right,
going on
right.
there? But yeah, man, one thing I can say to anybody, man, that anything is possible. But again, do
Right,
not worry about the judgment of others. That is
right.
going to suppress you and hold you back more than anything. You don't worry about like I said, Facebook Lives earlier. You get on there, you do a Facebook Live. Don't worry about what nobody's thinking
Yeah.
because there's going to be certain people that are watching you that you're going to inspire and you won't even realize it unless you keep doing that for a year or two. And next thing you know, they reach out like, hey, Miles, man, I've been following you for 2 years and you really been inspired, and
Right.
I'm just telling y'all that's how it works. You got to just stay consistent and
Right.
stay in people's face, and take advantage of these social media platforms. They're free.
I know, right?
Come on
And I
now.
just keep pushing people to pushing people. Hey, look, you guys already know we're already at the 1 hour mark. So you
Yep.
know that it is a lot more food on this plate. But appreciate you, Miles O'Rourke.
Appreciate you as
You
well.
guys hit him up. His information will be in the description, and you guys reach out to this man. Just pluck his brain. That's what he's there to do. and then become a part of that family and that network and get some of this money that he's dropping you jewels on. It's free money. How can you not take advantage of free? Hey, I'm your host, Robert D. Muhammad, right here at Plug In. Thank you guys for listening and thank you guys for tuning in. Come back and see us next week where we'll have another special guest, the Queen Dream radio host herself, Miss Chanel Andrews, and she will be dropping science on how she has overcome difficulties. And she's getting paid just to share her story on her podcast. Cancer survivor, wife, mother. I mean, you guys, she has a phenomenal story. Y'all tune back in next week right here on Plugged In, and she's going to tell y'all how you can get paid just by telling your own story. Hey, we'll see you guys on the other side. God bless.